The reason that we've named the business Travelling Thread is because Jacqui and I have both done a lot of travel, and we love travelling.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest.
It's our soul.
I just love going to the airport. I'm happy to go and see people often. Or
That's kind of where we're at now.
Yeah, I just love it. I love the whole vibe of travel. So you came up with the Marais because it's one of your favourite districts in Paris.
And Lesley had also travelled there.
Yes.
Interestingly, both of us had travelled there at the same part of our lives, so the same age in each of our lives, which was quite a cool connector.
That's right, yeah.
So completely different times, different experiences, but still, just being able to
it just gelled for both of us. It felt like the right name for the first show.
It's the style too.
Yes.
I mean, French, classic styling, and so it matched well with the garment that we were trying to. That we were creating.
That was good. So that's it.
Le Marais.
Le Marais.
So now I feel like we need to do a business trip over there to take photos in our.
Yes, please.
So buy our pattern. No.
Exactly. Exactly. We'll have to put a few more patterns up before we can do that.
So it wasn't just something that we wanted to replace. It wasn't just a shirt I wanted to replace in my wardrobe. It was a shirt that we strongly believed is a pattern that can really add to anyone's wardrobe. We're talking about having a really good base pattern and making it over and over, or making it once and wearing it and loving that garment. So we wanted to come in with a really good quality garment that showcased our style, our fit, doing the 2 size ranges, something that we could teach along the way with different sewing techniques and sewing skills. So,
exactly.
Yeah, enter our pattern maker.
Well, essentially then what we needed to decide was what this pattern was going to look like. So we knew we wanted it a traditional shirt collar, placket down the front. Then we got to talking about the back and how deep the yoke was going to be. We decided, we agreed that we liked a fairly deep yoke rather than a man's style short yoke. And then we started talking about the pleat, at which time I remembered a pleat that I'd always loved doing when I first started designing, and it was a crossover pleat. I better show it that way, sort of thing. So it was a crossover pleat. So I showed Jacqui the principle, and she loved it. And so our first sample, we made that. This, you can see it best in the stripe, because you can see this with the stripes, the actual crossover. Jacqui put on the sample, because we always fit on Jacqui first to get the style right. Then I make the second pattern to do in our curve sizes. Jacqui put it on, loved it. She said, I want this to flow as I walk.
Yeah.
So that was where this actual big back came in. So this is our curve size one. This is my size.
Added the volume.
So we added the volume so that as you wear it, it flares out at the back. And that, I got to be honest, I love that. I love it, my amateur dramatics.
Yeah.
So that's how the back evolved. Essentially, that's how the shirt evolved. So once we had that, then we started talking about the sleeves. So we've done a classic sleeve. Jacqui is designing, I'm pattern maker. So Jacqui says she loves pleats on sleeves. So we pleated our sleeve.
Yeah, rather the pleats than the gathers.
She said gathers are a bit,
on a shirt?
A bit ordinary. Pleats make it look a little bit special.
Yeah.
Then you decided you wanted a bishop sleeve. You love a bishop sleeve. Yeah. She loves the drama.
All the
yeah. So again, but with pleats rather than gathers. Yeah. So we did this. So this has got a lot of
Now, was this easy to do? This is a labour of love, getting these pleats right.
Yeah.
Lesley was amazing working on the intricacy of making sure they all overlap.
Yeah, and to get the fullness, to pleat. It's easier to gather for a bishop sleeve, but to pleat it. But I think we really got it on that one.
Yeah,
it was great. And then we decided, all right, we've got 2 long sleeves for this, so now we need a short sleeve. And again, we
got the
wanted the
pleating.
drama of fullness, so that's why we put the pleats up at the top, and we kept with the pleating thing. So we've got the pleats down the bottom, and we've got the pleats at the top to add a voluminous short sleeve again, because it's we didn't just want to do a classic by this stage.
It's us.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's us.
the like snowballing on the crossover pleat being one of your first design. Just something you've fallen in love with when you first
I've
started
always
designing.
loved using that. I've used it in so many things. Jumpsuit, I've shown you pictures of all of it,
100%,
as I've gone through.
So we went pleat to start, continue pleating.
Yes,
Add the
exactly.
volume. I know the way that I wanted to sort of make some smaller hacks to it, where we've done little ties on the
love
cuffs.
those.
I rounded a collar of one of them. I really like the classic style, but I like to add a bit of a femininity to the styles that I'm wearing, whether that's a print or a color or the design of the actual base of the garment. So being able to have a beautiful, well-fitted, but still relaxed. So when we talk about fitted, it fits in terms of our body's proportions, the way that it sits, the way that it feels. We're not talking about it being like form
A fitted garment, no.
There is the relaxed element to it, which is something that we'd spoken about that I had loved with the original shirt that's falling apart. We knew putting this pattern out, you'll make it how you want to make it, in the fabrics that you want to make it in. I've used really lightweight fabrics, didn't do a lot of interfacing.
No.
The shock. But that's just the way that I wear them. The white one that I've made with no interfacing in it has been worn to the beach multiple times. Fitting it to your lifestyle, but having a really solid pattern that you can make your own.
Absolutely.
Design-wise for yourself with your fabric
And you mentioned
choices,
the no interfacing. What that gave you, though, was a really soft feel for it. So, to be honest, both I've only made for myself, the two that I wear, and they're both made in really crisp fabrics, and I'm just dying to make it in something that's soft. So the crisp ones are great to wear for summer, even though it's a long sleeve. I just roll the sleeves up. But for winter, somehow I want a softer, so I'm going to make it in a lighter fabric and
layer it.
Yes, I don't know because I've worked in clothing industry. And so I don't know if I can actually bring myself not to put interfacing in the collar.
That's okay.
But it'll be a light interfacing.
Right. I think that's good though. And we want to provide how to do it well. So what does a well-made garment look like? I'd never sewn a shirt. Ever. I don't think I'd sewn a collar or a cuff or anything. And I was quite daunted. I wanted the shirt in my wardrobe. I've been sewing since I was a teenager and have been teaching sewing, but I have never sewn a shirt as structured garment. So Lesley had created the pattern in such a way, I think I almost teared up when I made the first one. And I was like, this is such a beautiful pattern to sew. Like everything matched, every notch, everything went smoothly. And so for someone who'd never sewn it before, we also wanted to provide the best how-to for a more detailed garment. So we started thinking about how we're going to put our instructions out, which is why they're fully photographed. I'm a visual person. I know you've got a technicality and know how to sew the shirt, but how do you feel quite confident with how the photographs turned out?
Absolutely. I think the photographs makes it really easy to see. I think they've been photographed clearly, step by step.
And we have talked about adding some in here and there. You're really good with your sketching. So Lesley has done all of our, what would we call those?
The technical drawings.
Technical drawings, thank you. That's why she does it, not me. And so we have talked about if there's ever a step that needs that detail, that needs the line drawings, that we would add that in as well.
Yes.
We didn't find it in terms of using different fabrics for this one, but in the future,
Well, we'll see if it's needed. That's right. To be honest, let us know. If you'd prefer the line drawings. I think the photographs really show it very clearly, and of
like
course then
it.
the video, you know, sort of if you needed to.
We'll start to finish sort of sew along, especially for the online community. I think being in, like, we haven't started this as a shop front or a face-to-face business. So I think being online and having the photographs take like the full colour and give the full picture of what we're trying to do, I think has been a good way to put it out there.
So that's our first pattern. And we've got other patterns in the make that we're working on as we speak.
It's been fun to share the design story. It's nice to reminisce because we've done this pattern like 6 months ago to release.
Yes.
So it's really nice to think back to where it began and why we wanted to release such a pattern into the world. So,